Hey everyone, Loader Buggy here, back with another commentary for you. And as you can see, we are not playing Call of Duty today. We are on the Buggycraft server, and I don't know whose house I'm in. I just kind of stumbled upon this and used their bed, but I don't know whose house this is. It must be one of the new members of the server. I've got to see if I can get people to start labeling their houses, just so I can figure out who's whose and what's what. But as you can see in the distance, the beginning stages of my wizard tower. Wizard. See how it's aligning there? It's in progress here. Not even close to being finished. And then we got, I know this is Seabears and Collins houses, and then Wyler's Poop Shack, but we don't like to mention that. But anyway, I just kind of want to make this video because over the last few weeks, it's been a real whirlwind of ups and downs for me and my family. As many of you already know, we are planning on making a move in 2 months' time. There's some bees in my ear. In 2 months' time, we are moving from the West Coast all the way back to my home state on the East Coast. And we've been preparing for that, preparing for it financially, saving money. Tax returns helped a little bit there for sure. And so we were just kind of setting money aside, preparing for that, and things were going well. Had no debts. We're completely debt free. Had about 8 or 9 grand saved up specifically for the move, so we can get an apartment to settle in on, and kind of get some necessities that we're going to need once we finally make the big move. And of course, whenever things are going too well, you should probably start preparing for the worst, and that's exactly what happened. Last weekend, I had a crown that I had put in about 6 or 7 years ago. I had a crown that I had put in fall out, and thankfully it wasn't chipped, didn't break or anything like that, so that was a big savings for sure. But I went to call my dentist, got an appointment scheduled, and once I got in there, I knew things weren't going to be going my way, and they certainly didn't. So once I got in there, I told him what was going on with the crown and said I want to get a cleaning done and that kind of thing. And that's no big deal at all. It's just kind of standard procedure there. When every time you go to the dentist, might as well get a cleaning done. So I went ahead and did that. And it turned out I needed more than just a general cleaning, which my insurance would have basically covered completely. Hey, armadillos. Hi. But essentially, I needed a deep cleaning because I had some gum inflammation, and they needed to address that, as well as get me some preventative kind of medication, if you will, to help prevent that from happening in the future, and to kind of stabilize it and reduce it in the moment as well. So that's kind of all standard practice, but my insurance didn't really want to cover any of that. So they covered maybe like 30% of that total bill. So what I thought was going to be the biggest expense, that being the crown, ended up being the thing that was covered most. They were able to replace my crown and pay for the cement that was needed to put it in my mouth again, and insurance covered that just fine. It was about $13 out of my own pocket. No big deal. Not that big of an expense. Not a problem. But then the rest of it kicked in, and insurance doesn't really cover the deep cleaning. They don't really cover the other things that I needed as well. So it ended up being about $2,000 of dental work that I had to pay for that I wasn't expecting. And dang, it really hurt the pocketbook. So although I had some money set aside for our move, I had to eat into that money to help pay for this dental work. And on the same day that I went to my dentist appointment, and by the way, this is CMC, Calling Me Crazy's, I think, and Boosh's kind of bromance hobbit hole. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on here, but it's super cozy. Let me snoop in your chest here, Colin. See what you got. Oh, I'll be taking those. Just kidding. Anyway, so yeah, the same day that I had my dentist appointment scheduled, I was getting into my parking space, put my car in reverse, backed into my parking spot just to make it real easy for me to get out, and then decided to do an adjustment, put my car in drive, and thunk! And I was like, oh god, oh no, what in the world could that possibly be? Put it in park, put it back in reverse, put it in drive again, and thunk! And I was like, oh great. So I have to take my car into the mechanic shop, and I have not done that yet, but based off of what my dad is thinking it is, and he's kind of a lifelong mechanic himself, he knows it's something to do with the transmission, no doubt. It could be something as simple as transmission fluid in a filter. It could be something more serious, so I'm not quite sure what that bill is going to look like quite yet either until I get it into the mechanics. So we'll see what that kind of pans out to be, but it's just one of those things where things were seemingly just going quite well in our life. Things were panning out just dandily, if you ask me. And apparently it was too dandily. And once we got hit once, we got hit again. And I'm just kind of bracing myself for whatever comes next, a medical expense or who knows what it could possibly be. But I know that in my life, whenever it rains, it pours. And I'm sure many of you guys have experienced that same thing. And we're just kind of in the midst of it right now. We are preparing for a pretty life-changing and life-altering move, taking my family from the place that they've solely known their entire lives to a place that I haven't lived in 15 years. So although I have some familiarity, it's still not quite what I would say is home. We are reestablishing ourselves in foreign lands, if you will. So it's been already a stressful thing trying to relocate our family, but now we've got these massive financial expenses looming over our heads, and thankfully we did not have to go into debt to pay for them at the moment. But we still kind of took a big hit on the money that we had set aside in preparation for our move. So yeah, it's been a wild week, and I'm hoping that things will kind of lie down, slow down, and tail off a bit, because holy moly, it was a little bit of a stretch. And but that being said, still trying to be in good spirits, all things considered. We have a place lined up for us to move into. Nothing permanent, nothing signed, nothing in the books quite yet, but it's looking extremely promising. So I'm hopeful that that will pan out. That'll put us in a good position to have plenty of space regarding our move. We'll have a place lined up for us to live once we get there. And yeah, so if that kind of pans out and things go well, then I think I'll be in good spirits, even with the larger expenses that we weren't expecting. So it's just kind of like a random vent session. I know you guys are no strangers to stress in this day and age, especially when it comes to the finances. Things are just expensive in general. Whenever you get hit with a surprise bill like that, it can be a little bit stressful in itself. So thankfully, we were a bit prepared for something like this to happen. We had our emergency fund set aside in addition to what we needed for the move. So hopefully things will kind of work itself out. We won't need to spend any more unnecessary money outside of the dental bill that I already paid, as well as whatever this car decides to do to me. Hopefully it's pretty minor. But anyway, this was just kind of a random vent sesh. Just checking in, kind of giving a tour of the Buggycraft server here. Like I said, my Wizard Tower is coming along, but I've got lots of work to do. So by the next time you guys see my tower, it should hopefully be in a more refined and detailed state. It is rather large, but it pays to be large and in charge. I don't know. This is my spot. This is my spiral staircase. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoy my content and want to see more of the Buggycraft server, or just want to see some more commentary-style videos from me, then leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.